In the last episode, I've asked you what color gold I should put on here, given the selection of gold that I have. And it turned out to be an even split between these two, Italian gold on top and Buddhist gold at the bottom. As you can see, there's hardly any difference actually. And I decided to go for this tiny bit like faintly richer bottom one, which is the Buddhist gold. And well, to be honest, if I run out of that one, which I doubt, it'll be hardly visible with between the Italian gold. So thank you very much to everyone who's commented and made that selection a lot more easier, that I was heading in the right direction. Like I say, there were 4 different color golds that I had. They were from the light gold spectrum. There is also a darker gold spectrum as well as bronze and heavy brass. So this was the selection that I was showing to you. Just so you know, in the world of gold, there is pretty much about 8 different colors gold. That it's got traditional names on it and easy to refer to whenever you are looking to start up. Something I did not know and discovered very easily and very, very quickly. Anyway, so it was a clear battle between the two. I'm gonna get on with that, which I'm super, super excited about. I'm sure you are too. And it's really, really easy to do. So if you like to do the same, then follow me and see what I do, because it's quick as that. So after you've prepped the area and it's nice, clean and dry and ready to begin with, you will be using something what's called a size in the world of the gilding. And it is essentially a glue, and I believe, I read it a while ago, I believe it's something made out of fish. Although it doesn't smell like fish, so you'll be absolutely fine, don't worry about it. It does come in different colors. The most traditional you would have seen underneath any gilding sheets is red. And I've been told recently that there is also a cream version. I think it's maybe a magnolia color. What I do have is a absolutely clear one, and you can see from that. So it's milky and then it goes absolutely clear. You leave it on there to go tacky and then you apply your gold. Now, yesterday's question has provided me some really good insight tip from someone I believe who does this for a living, or at least has got more knowledge. And they did say that the sheets of gold are a little bit translucent when applied, although I've never noticed that because I apply it on wooden background, usually like a natural wood, so it always looks lovely and rich to me. But they said that is the reason why the glue is either red or cream. Obviously, like I say, I've got natural one. We'll see how we get on. I'll put it on there, but now that has given me a chance to purchase the red and the cream, because as you know, in our TV room where we mentioned we want to fill in the inner area red and enhance the gold around. For sure, I want it to be a lovely rich gold, so I think I will be getting the red glue with that. Anyway, so let's get on with painting and see how that goes. I've decided to mask the area where I'll be applying the gold on the inner tiny piece here, and obviously the huge outer, just for the sake of working really quickly. Now I'm just going to apply the glue onto there and wait for it to dry. And this is the milky glue. Once applied, it will go on a bit milky and then dry clear within about 15 minutes. And it will remain tacky all throughout, so you can apply gold all throughout everywhere for up to 24 hours. So you've got a 24-hour working period with this glue, or just generally when it comes to doing gilding. So here is what I've done. I've prepared and I cut up the sheets, the gold sheets, into manageable size, so it's easier to work with. They're about the width of the brush, which is perfect for the paneling area. And this brush, you have to apply a little bit of grease, like from your hair or static, or I don't know, just anywhere is good, so that the gold lifts onto the brush nice and easy. And this is my spare box of all the gold, which I will later on brush up to tidy up and smooth out the gold that's applied. And this also acts as an emergency little patch up area of gold flakes, so I have that always on hand here with me. To prep the brush, you simply, like I mentioned, you wipe it on your hair to create static, maybe your head hair as well, that will create static, or maybe pick up some of the oils onto the bristles from the hair, or your forehead or your cheeks, anywhere, like your face basically is always is used as a useful tool when it comes to this brush. So let's get on with this. What I like to do for ease of working with is remove the top layer of the sheet, and you notice I'm wearing the blue gloves, and the gloves are strategic because your fingers on your hands produce oils which are enough for this gold sheet to stick to your fingers and basically ruin your gold, and it will end up on your hands rather than all over where you want it to be. So let's apply this section here. I noticed that you can see this section very well, so I thought I'll start on this next section over here. So what I mentioned was I like to push out, remove the paper from the top, expose the sheet, push up the gold sheet upwards, and then apply it onto the area that you want. And I'm holding this section quite high up so that the rest of the sheet underneath doesn't stick so easily, because I've got curves here. I need to be able to fill them quite well. So that's what I like to do. I think it gives me control. So now I'm pushing with the brush into the curves, and down I go slowly, slowly. Again, I'm holding it here quite high because this is a quite wide groove here underneath. So I want to be able to get to that gap quite well. There. And then it just gets easier. Now, you're not going to be perfect, that's fine, which is why I have the obviously emergency box to collect the gold afterwards, and obviously fill it into the cracks if noticeable and if you so wish to. Now afterwards we'll perfect all of this area so it's lovely and smooth. But what I want to say is always try and overlay, because then you don't have the gaps here of no gold. So it's a good idea to have a slight little overlay here. So that's how I do it. I'm gonna get on with the rest of it. You notice I've done some at the top. I'm just gonna finish up all of this, and then we'll get on to the brushing process. Here is another closer look. Something so very satisfying about applying this. And the nice thing is that unlike gold paint, this really does give you that metallic shine, like real metal would reflect of the sunlight. But also you don't have to do 2 coats. You're literally just doing 1 coat, and then it's looking wonderful already, doesn't it? Okay, so I've pretty much done this section. Now I'm moving on to the outer thin section here. And for this part, I have cut up my gold sheets into really thin strips so that they slightly overlay the size of the area that I'm working on. Again, I'll do the same thing, remove the top layer of the paper, slide through the gold, and use the backing to make sure that it doesn't stick to below ridges, because again this has got like it's like a 2 steps on here, so it's quite nice detail. So here it is. This is how I do it. So I like to just get it on there, press the brush, keep moving it, and that's it. The rest of the section here, I don't have any glue, which is why I was using masking tape to protect and just quickly apply the glue. So when I tidy all of this up, it should look lovely and gold inside in this thin section also. Now, okay, this is all done and it's looking good. It's time to brush this stuff off and seal it, really seal it in there. And you'll see that the gold will be dropping in here. Now, I'm hoping to catch most of it. If not, well, whatever I can. So you literally dabbing and dabbing and moving, kind of smoothing your brush through. Now let's watch the transformation happen in front of our eyes. Nice and solid in there. So it kind of looks like one piece. Of course, you're always gonna see some scar lines, but that's okay. That's always the way, and I've not seen once gold where it hasn't. Then you turn your brush at an angle slightly, so you're gonna use the brush like a knife, almost like. So what it's gonna do is gonna tear through that metal sheet and lift the gold like you see here, just like so. And then you'll be able to carry on buffing out to perfection this area so that you can remove this gold, so you have nice, sharp, crisp line. Just continue like that. I think patience is the key, but this isn't really difficult, and it's really actually quite quick once you have this going. I'm going to explain what you need to do next, which is what I'm doing. You need to smooth out and press on all the gold sheets onto this area even more so, because remember we've got ridges, so we want to be able to get in there. So you're literally dabbing the brush, that way all the gold sheets are attaching themselves even better and onto the wood, and obviously creating that lovely smooth one-piece line. Yeah, so that's step one. You definitely have to do that, otherwise you're gonna have some naked exposed areas. Okay, so once you've done that, I've got some loose flaking gold, and we need to smooth that out. So you're literally going back and forth with your brush, so in one direction and the other, whatever works for you. And what this does is, not only does this help to fill with some of the flaking gold the naked exposed areas that you have, where you perhaps might have missed, or you had imperfection in a gold sheet, or you just, your fingers ripped it. This also creates a nice smooth layer in all of the gold, so it looks like one smooth piece. So here it is. Any excess is literally falling off, and I've decided to get a bigger shoebox lid. Here it is, all done, nice and smoothed out. There are some bits and pieces, patches that I need to tidy up, which is the opportunity. I think I missed out some glue on this section here and a few other areas. It's a bit hard to tell, and I guess as well tidy up some sections, but otherwise it's looking pretty good. And here's a tip in case you've made any mistakes and there is golden places where you don't want, like I have here on my first trial of this area. Just use a rubber in order to sand down any gold away from areas where you want, in order to tidy it up, and it will soon tidy up your work. See, it's starting to improve now. Now I've shown to you how to do this, now it's your turn to go ahead and do that as well. One important thing, which I've been advised by my friend who deals with gold and gilding and anything like that, he's quite arty, Johnny Darko, he told me make sure that when you finish with your gilding you protect it with the top coat varnish, clear coat, which I bought in satin. So I'm going to go ahead and do that afterwards. When I've done all the paneling here, I'll apply 2 coats. This will keep it preserved for longer. And so if you're going through all this trouble and trying to make something as beautiful as this, I think it's well worth it. So it's a really good tip from him, even though it does feel smooth and protected even currently, basically. So hope you enjoyed this one. Go ahead and try it, because it's easy and fun, really, and really rewarding, I think. And tomorrow morning I'll be able to show you how this gold metallic sheen is looking in the sunlight and how it's bouncing. We'll see it a lot better than this light that I've got currently, which is none. It's all gone away. And if you're a professional who does this for a living or has done so in the past, and I'm just a keen DIYer who likes to turn my hand at anything, really, and give it a go. I'm really sorry if I haven't done anything right or missed a few bits and pieces, but I think YouTube is a world of knowledge and it's there to try it. So hopefully you enjoyed this one.